Hey guys, I'm Gaming Because, and welcome to episode 47 of AfterLife SMP. So guys, it seems today that I've caught a little bit of a cold, but hopefully it's just the sniffles and it goes away soon. So I will be cutting out every now and then if I have a sniff or I sneeze or something like that, so sorry about that, first of all. Second of all, I didn't really get much feedback on last episode about the shaders, so I'm just gonna kinda like turn off on that idea for now, just because I didn't really get an opinion on it. And I really am sorry if I sound kinda stuffed up, because I kinda am. But anyway guys, this isn't really the place where I start off usually. This is the Mesa, and I'm doing this here at the Mesa because I've got a story to talk about. And I'm gonna be collecting some of my materials while I am, I guess, telling this little story, so let's get started. So first of all, there will probably be a little bit of brightness added onto the video because it is a little dark down here. And right now I'm just mining hardened clay, and I should get enough for it because next episode I will be using hardened clay to build something. It might be next episode, yes, it should be next episode, episode 48. But anyway, guys, I do have a story. So if you guys do not know, I was away this weekend. And why was I away this weekend? Well, let me just give you the rundown. My cousin was gonna get married this weekend, and well, she successfully did get married this weekend, so congrats to her for finding a lifetime partner. And her and her husband, her now husband, oh man, the wedding day. The wedding went amazing. I went there, she greeted everyone, my cousin did. And she thanked everyone for coming. She is a very genuinely nice person, and she's really just a plain nice cousin to have, really. But anyway, this is why I found this day very funny. Now, over the weekend, I went to West Virginia because she lives in West Virginia, and well, sometimes, or most of the groom's family lives in West Virginia, so that's why they had the wedding in West Virginia. Now, it's kind of a trek from where I live, but I ended up going there just to support her, and so, that's why I really couldn't get the recap out that week. But anyway, the wedding went very nice. It was a very nice wedding. The groom cried a bit, which was, it was nice to see how, how much of a heart he had, and because I don't really get to see my cousin that often, and really her life's taken off, and congrats to her for getting married. But anyway, the wedding reception was a different story. It was not nice. Well, I mean, it was nice at the beginning, but you could kind of tell it wasn't going to go in a very good direction very early on in the wedding. So as soon as the reception started, and if you guys don't know, wedding receptions take place in another area from the actual wedding. So, we were at the wedding reception area, and it started, it was going well, and when my parents got married, my cousin did something, she was like, "Hello, my people," or "What's up, my peoples?" It's like, "What's up, my peoples?" And so she did it again when she came and greeted our table, and where we were sitting. And it was, funny because, now, I should say my cousin is 25, so she is able to drink. She's legally able to drink. And, so my dad asked her if she wanted a sip of his drink, because, I mean, she kind of was like, "I need a bit of alcohol right now." Once again, she is a very nice person, and you'll just understand later in the story, but she took a sip of this drink, and my dad looked at her, and she just kind of looked at the drink for a second, and she took a gulp of the drink, which was about half since the cup was quite small, and then she drank the rest. So, oh wow, I've mined quite a bit, but you can kind of understand, I was confused at this point because I've never seen her drink before. Even though I know she does drink, since obviously she's able to. It was just weird for me to like watch her drink. But it was definitely a sight. And then she walked away, she thanked him, and walked away. And then he later in the night, he said that that drink cost him $6. So that was funny, just to like hear his thoughts going through his head. And that right there, you could kind of predict how the rest of the night was going to go. And if you don't really know how it went, then, I mean, I'm here to tell you the story. So, anyway, I might transition over to the nether to finish the rest of this story off. So, I will be back while I'm in the nether. Anyway, I'm not sure if you guys saw that clip, but that was, something else. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, because it kind of got corrupted. If I can fix it somehow, then, you guys have seen it. But pretty much, I just ended up dying in the nether, and so I replaced my stuff with fire protection stuff, and got some new stuff. Anyway, that was a fun experience, but I'm just gonna go ahead, just so, because I don't know if you guys heard what I was talking about, but pretty much what I said was, continuing with the story really, was my cousin got the drink from my father, and from that you can kind of expect how the rest of the night was going to go. And after that, there was a whole lot of dancing. My cousin loved dancing. She loved dancing for some reason. I have to get down here somehow. I died right there, by the way. Lava spewed, and then it went into the freaking hole I made. I'm not sure how it did, but it successfully spewed into the hole. So, that sucks. But anyway, let's just go ahead and shutting it down to this lapis over here. Did I say lapis? Alright, that's quartz, actually. It's not anywhere near lapis. Don't know why that's in my head. Ooh, hello, I didn't even know you were here. But anyway, with my cousin, there was dancing, plenty of dancing. Everyone was having so much fun. And I was even having fun. I came out of my shell and everything. It was amazing. And around 9 p.m., I texted my brother telling him to come pick me up with, like, because my parents were kind of buzzed, and so they couldn't really drive. And so I told my brother to come and pick us up. And you guys are probably wondering, like, why wasn't your brother there? Well, he was, but he also brought his girlfriend, and well, his girlfriend didn't want to stay because she doesn't really like our family activities for some reason, festivities, activities, whatever they're called. But I particularly don't take a liking to that, but I'm nowhere to judge. So that's all my brother. Anyway, I asked him to come pick us up. He was only about a mile. We were only about a mile from our hotel. So it's not like we were gonna walk, but it was in very close driving distance. And as soon as I texted him to come pick us up, things went very bad, because my cousin, the bride, she continued to drink that night. She continued to drink and drink and drink until it caught up with her. And my cousin, she's 25, she weighs about 95 pounds, and she's a pretty tiny person. So, that much alcohol throughout the night, it was pretty much 3 or 4 to 9. So, wow, math, please work with me. 5 or 6 hours of just drinking with nothing to eat. It was bad in her case, because what happened to her, she got so drunk, she obviously is blackout drunk but at this point in time, and she ends up passing out and throwing up constantly and not really knowing where she is. Well, I guess she does have an idea where she was, and pretty much that happened. So, not a very good thing to end up happening at your own wedding, but at least, at the very end of it, she remembered her wedding. And since she was sick drunk, it was, just a whole bunch of throwing up, and, me and my cousins were still there. And, what happened after that, my brother was on his way. Everyone was drinking at this point. Like, obviously it's a wedding, you're gonna have fun, you're gonna drink. Everyone that was of legal age to drink, I should say, because I didn't drink at all, I didn't have a sip. But, alright, so where's more quartz? I know there's some, like, this way, I just have to be careful in trying to get it. So, anyway, continuing on, everyone was pretty drunk at this point. Most of them were buzzed. Some of them were drunk, not as drunk as my cousin though, because they were all bigger people and they know how to hold their alcohol. She can probably hold her alcohol, just not as much as she had. But anyway, with everyone being pretty drunk, it ended up being an argument whether to call an ambulance or not, seeing if she was okay, because the new husband wanted to call an ambulance and get her to the hospital, because he obviously, there was just a wedding and he wanted to take responsibility for his wife. And the parents, well, one was a parent, one was a stepfather, but the parents, they kind of got a little argumentative about it, because obviously if their child is in hurting mode, then they go into panic parent mode. And there's been situations like this before, and well, I mean, not in my family, just there's been situations like this with family, but they didn't know what to do. Everyone got really argumentative, very big argument. People wanted to fight other people, because obviously these are two different families, not really seeing how it's gonna work. And you might be, oh god, I think I almost fell out there, but you might be asking, well, isn't your bride, or the bride's, what was it, the bride's mother and father your aunt and uncle? No, they're not, because, I don't want to go into it, but they're not. So anyway, they were, pretty argumentative. They're the type of people to be like, alright, they're blunt people. That's really all I can say about that. They're blunt people. And I mean, there's nothing bad about being blunt, but sometimes you have to know when it's not your right to talk, and it's not your right to say anything about anything. But pretty much, an ambulance ended up being called, and my dad was not drunk, but he was buzzed, because he didn't have that much alcohol that night. But it just kind of went a different way. The person who was trying to like fight everyone, my dad stepped out with him, like not a step out fight, but he stepped out with him and calmed him down, and everything went well. Pretty much at the end of the day, my cousin is okay. She, I guess I could say this. As she was being pulled out on the stretcher, she said something that I found pretty funny. Like I said at the beginning of this whole thing, a whole spiel, I guess you could say, I said that she's a very nice person. She's a very concerned person. She's a very just nice person in general. And so as she was being pulled out on the stretcher, because she felt bad because she kind of ruined the reception, but mostly everyone had left at this point, so it's not like it was ruined, but it was just fun. Anyway, as she was being pulled out on the stretcher, she screamed, or yelled, I guess you could say. She yelled, "I'm sorry," to everyone, and it's funny to me, because it's like, what, you don't have to be sorry, you were having fun. It was your wedding, but I mean, you did go a little overboard, but you had a whole bunch of fun. That's really all I can say about that, and really, congrats to her for getting married and all of that. But anyway, we ended up getting home, talking about a whole bunch of stuff, and well, getting to the hotel, I guess you could say, and talking about a whole bunch of stuff, and that was pretty much it. That's just pretty much my weekend of how it happened. That wedding in West Virginia, I am never going to forget that wedding, just because it's one of the first weddings I've been to that I can actually remember. Because every other wedding I've been to, I've been a little too young to remember any of it. Which, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Because when, I'm not sure whose wedding this was, my mother got into the same situation like this. She can't really hold her alcohol that well either. And, I mean, she wasn't pulled out on a stretcher, but she, definitely was way too past drunk to, know what she was doing. And, it was just situations like that. Like, sometimes you don't want to remember, sometimes you remember, and you're gonna remember for a lifetime without anyone caring. So that was pretty much my story. I'm not sure if you guys enjoyed this. I'm just kind of here wandering about. But, oh wow, look at that stronghold over there with, those gas things. Alright, well, look how much quartz are in that ceiling. Oh my gosh. I am going to have fun doing the rest of this. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end off the video right here. So, I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want me to tell more stories, please tell me in the comments below. I almost said description. Please tell me in the comments below, and if you really enjoyed my story and my weekend, then go ahead and leave a like, and if you didn't like it, leave a dislike, and maybe tell me why or why not. You don't have to, but I mean, it's always nice to know why you didn't like it. Anyway, guys, I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.